All right. So, hi. My name is Melina, and with me here today are Carolina and
Hi.
Ísabella,
Hi.
and they are here to discuss the topic of women in gaming, particularly the mistreatment of women in gaming.
That's correct.
So, how did it all start out? Like, how do you know each other?
So we met in our first year in MHOW
Mm.
in the IB program, which is
Mhm.
what we're currently trying to finish. We mainly were just classmates at first, but
Mhm.
then Valorant came out and we started bonding over Valorant. We played a few games and that's how we got a bit closer. And now with the end of the school year, we have this thing called the CAS project,
Mhm.
which is something we have to work on, and it can be anything you want. So somewhere in last semester, we were together in history class, I think, and we were just discussing Valorant and just like the experiences we have. And then it just really just hit us like, why not just make this our project? Why
Yeah.
not just talk about it?
We're
Yeah.
like, this is
Yeah,
a good
exactly. This
cast
is like
project.
this is a project if we want it to be, but like initially we were just hoping to make a small clip showing the treatment like visually and a small flyer, but now it has become a much more exciting and better thing that we're very proud of.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine. Like, are any of the other students, are they like doing, like, what are they doing
Well, this is
project-wise?
definitely like the biggest
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, yeah.
I think the other biggest one was like something about some debates
Yeah.
like online, but that was so long ago.
There were other people that had a football tournament that they
Yeah.
organized, and
But I think this is the most collaborative one, like where all these women are getting together from like all these fields in gaming, and it just sounds so fun.
Yes, I am really looking forward to, like you said, watch the video that you're
Yeah.
compiling.
Yeah.
So, like the video, it's clips from your gameplay, you told me?
yeah.
So mostly from Valorant or just from Valorant?
Yeah, I think it's all Valorant
Yeah.
because that's the one where we experience this the most, because that's the one where we communicate the most. So when they hear our voices, they immediately go into attacking mode, and that's how we mainly get the content that we want to show and we want to share with the world, really.
Yes, of course, of course. It's a very important cause.
Yeah.
So about the project, your project, it's called Mistreatment of Women in Gaming. Can you tell me more about that? Like, what did you do when you wanted to like find some more info on the subject? Did you go online? Did you research, or did you talk to fellow female gamers that you know? Or
Yeah. So I was the one that started collecting the clips because I had a lot from like me personally experiencing it, and then I started talking to other like girl gamers that I knew and were in the community and here in Arena, and they told me like, yeah, this happens to me a lot, and a few of them sent me clips that they had as well, and so I just like saw that they're experiencing the same thing, and it's just good to, collect it all in a video, and you can show it to other people to get them to really understand what's actually going on for us.
So we want to like really compile our personal experiences,
yes.
but at the same time we're kind of showing the experiences of like most girls playing this game, because when we do talk to them, like we don't show them all in the video, but if you talk to them, they will tell you, oh, I've gotten the same exact comments, like word for word. Sometimes it's exactly like as we get it. So like we really want to like spread awareness to this and to like build a like larger community for girls, because it's so small, and like I don't know, I feel like they just don't really know where to go. And I feel like by showing them that they're not experiencing this alone, and that there are girls that want to talk about it and that want to support each other, then a larger community will show up.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I hear this, like I hear women I know that play video games mention this a lot. And like that they get harassed when they are playing video games, but like also like in a bad way, but also in a way that you might think is appropriate, but it isn't. like we talked about it before, you know, that it's also harassment when someone is going like, oh, can I please add you on Instagram? You're so good for a girl. Like, you're such a good player for a girl. And I mean,
they think they're part of the good cause,
yes,
but you're still not respecting me like you would a guy. So how is that, you know, any better than just calling me a bitch or something?
Exactly. My
like
thoughts.
you would never see a guy being like, I love you, baby, that was so good to another guy.
God.
It's just like, why are you even saying this?
Like in the tone, like they'll say it to each other as a joke, but then the tone they say it to us, it's different. You can feel that, you know, they're trying to make you uncomfortable.
And I mean, of course, if a person changes their behavior towards you just because you're a girl, I mean, it says immediately, like, I do not consider that you're equal to me in that field. You know what I mean? All right. Okay, so why do you think this topic is important?
I feel like it's such a large male dominant field. It was so hard for like when I got into it to like find communities where there's like women, you know, like in Iceland, I don't know really anything yet. So I just really wanted to like speak up in a way. Like I want to find more women who have been through what I've been in a game or who want to play. And I just feel like there isn't that large of like resources out there for us. And I feel like it's important to have them. Like in one of our brochures, it talks about how there's only one like top 1,000 woman in like gaming esports or something like that.
Yeah, in terms of like how much money they make.
And that is, I don't think it's because there isn't any good enough women to make the list. I think it's because there's so many girls who play like casually but don't have the resources to go like professionally. And they don't really know what to do. And I'm hoping that by bringing women that are like in esports and have these connections, that more girls can come forward being like, I want to be in a team. I want to step up and go into like professional fields, you know?
So it's like you feel like the gaming industry and just the gaming communities needs more female role models, right? Just to be visible to others. So, you know, like because I've often mentioned the only girl syndrome, and I feel it's kind of like that because you don't see any other girls play, like you're not aware of them. So you kind of get this image of yourself that like you are the only one playing, and like other women don't enjoy video games. And then it turns out it's entirely wrong. And I saw statistics from you that it's around 46% women that play video games. So it's like almost half.
But the thing is, like, there's a lot of girls that play games that are like story games or single player games, so you don't really know that they do play games. Maybe they, you know, and the problem is mostly in like shooting games and first person shooter games where it's just like overwhelmingly male, and then when a girl tries to join that, it's just very overwhelming for them because the guys just don't know how to act because they haven't dealt with that before.
So it's kind of like people have pre-made assumption about people, women particularly, that play video games that are not action-based, like not shooters.
Exactly.
So, like, do you know someone, like a woman that plays Sims or?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of friends.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I have.
I think Stardew Valley is really
Animal
big.
Crossing.
Yeah.
So like what I've heard from women I know that play Stardew Valley, they're kind of shy about it, but they kind of go like, no, I'm not a gamer. It's just it's just a game. Like, I'm not a gamer. I've like, do you agree that women are less likely
to admit that
they game?
Especially
like because it's not a shooter, then it's not a game.
If it's not like a FPS game, then they automatically assume that they can't be a gamer, or it's just like it's embarrassing because it's a girl game, just because it's majority woman. It's like you're still a gamer. You're still like, you don't always have to play Valorant, Overwatch, all these shooting games to be a gamer. You can play Stardew Valley in Sims and still be a gamer, and it's not something you should be embarrassed about or something that's too girly. It's just what you like. It's okay to only like story time. So
yeah, even like in our school, some of our friends like label us two as gamers, but they're still like all the guys. They definitely play games at home. Why aren't they labeled as gamers? Like, why do we get that label?
We get called like gamer girls, like, and they're just like guys who play games.
And I remember even like I was in English class and my teacher thought that I was tired even though I wasn't. I was like, "What were you doing? Gaming all night?" Like,
whoa, okay.
and she's never said that to any guy before.
No, that would have never happened to me when I was in high school. Is there something that you are hoping to achieve in the future, and do you have any goals related to women in gaming, or like to bring in more discussion about the topic of mistreatment?
Would you like to go? Can I go?
You can go.
Yeah, okay. I kind of hope that like a lot of people show up for the event, and then this is something that keeps being discussed. And for the future, I hope I get to do more of these. Like because I'm a bit camera shy and I'm a bit speaker shy, but I hope to get over it and like be able to speak up for girls. And like not only just playing Valorant, just like any games, even just Stardew Valley or like single player games, just so they feel more comfortable, you know, like trying to be in this field and maybe professional gaming sometime. Hope so, if opportunities show up, which is why we want to do this. So like people are like, yeah, we want women in our team, come join, you know, like we want to show these opportunities to all these girls that like play casually but think they can't go professional.
You're doing really good right now at the podcast. So like I think you're gonna get over the shyness in front of cameras real quickly. So. Did you want to add anything to that, Ísabella?
I just want to, like, one of the main goals here is to get a lot, like, guys to show up, even if they're not a part of the problem, just so they can be aware of the problem, because a lot of guys don't even know that this happens to girls because they don't play with girls, which is also part of the problem. So it's just good for them to know so they can try and stop it in the future, because there are some guys, when you do play and you're using voice chat and, you know, you're getting misogynistic comments, and then there are some guys that would step up for you, even though you don't know them. And I think we need more guys like that.
So what guys could do to be more inviting and more accepting and just making the whole, like help make the whole video game environment better? And the esports scenario is to invite their friends to play more often with them, even though they are women. Like they might be interested, and just be nice about it.
Yeah, speak up for them too. Like if you see a guy, because like a lot of guys tend to either be quiet or laugh it out. But if the other guy doesn't, like if you show them that you don't think he's funny, and most of the time he's alone in this, then they will shut up. Like if they don't feel the validation from other males, because like they will most likely like just keep quiet. So like just stick up, you know, like show that you don't think it's funny, you know, like. And if you don't know about this stuff, if you don't believe it's true, like do research, and like a lot of stuff will come up, or come to our event and we will show you.
And maybe don't assume that a girl is gonna be a bad player on your team just because she's female. We have the event, the TEAG event coming up the 27th of February. Where you will be presenting your project, Mistreatment of Women in Gaming, and also you'll be showing your video, the premiere of the video that I am really excited to see. Also, during the event, we'll have 5 other female speakers. Helga Sólilja, she works as a sound designer at Myrkur Games. Inga Ingolfs, a computer scientist, telling us about her job. Eva Marget, she is the chair lady of the Icelandic Esports Federation. And lastly, myself, I will be doing a presentation about TIC and discussing like why the community is necessary. And I feel like a lot of the stuff you've been saying here today inspires that a lot. Like, like it makes me really think like, yeah, this is why it's necessary to have a female community for like community for just like all of these reasons that you mentioned. Is there anything you would like to add? Any last words? Something you would like to say?
I am very excited. And would you like to go?
I don't know, like for women to feel more comfortable is the goal, you know? We want both women and men to show up because, like you said, there's women that don't necessarily play like active or violent games that don't consider themselves gamers, but it is a video game. You can be a gamer, you know? Even though you might be, you know, you might get this label put on you as a gamer. That's okay. You could just like embrace it and start to involve yourself in the community, and I think that's the goal.
Yeah, that's a great cause. It's a good cause to fight for. Okay, Ísabella, Carolina, thank you so much for being here
tonight
with
having
me,
us.
and I'm looking forward to hosting the event with you.